media thing.
We're live.
Yeah,
There we go.
It throws me a little bit because
So what?
see, my hair is this way.
I have a
It's
comb.
backwards in the thing. Look at this. What the heck? That's because you didn't give me time to do my makeup and hair.
Oh, but you're gorgeous all the time.
Sure.
Anyways, what's a Keiko talk? Somebody put it in the comments. Never heard of it. Anywho's, look, I mean, it's hard to believe that these people are just this nasty. And I'm talking about our federal government, okay? They're spending every penny we have, okay? I didn't vote. Oh, that made a difference.
It's dark in here.
Yeah. They're spending every penny they get on wars that don't concern us, okay?
I agree.
I mean, this whole Ukraine thing is a farce.
Yeah.
All right? They are actually importing migrants. They're doing this. They're flying them directly into the country. They have a freebie pass thing on their phones, you know? Hawaii was nothing but a federal land grab. North Carolina is looking to be the same thing. People are dying, and they absolutely don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, wake up, America. This is ridiculous. The two-tiered justice system. Hillary Clinton, James Comey looked into her, 37 felonies, all right? She was the original. She had a private server with all kinds of government documents that she was not entitled to have, all right? She was never a president. She was never a vice president, all right? She wasn't allowed to have any of this stuff. And James Comey wouldn't press charges, right? Donald Trump takes some notes out the White House, and all of a sudden it's a federal thing. You raid his property. You went through his wife's underwear drawer. The nastiness of this government is disgusting. Now North Carolina? Oh.
It's kind of sad.
Where's the Christian values?
They don't have any.
Oh, my God.
Don't kid yourself. They will pray the prayer, whatever, and they'll say this and all that, but their heart is far from it. Okay, they don't care. There's no Christian value. They will tell you that Jesus approves of abortion and things like that, and yeah, because they have no idea, no concept, and they don't care. They don't care about it. Okay.
I mean, it's not bad enough they're not really helping in North Carolina, all right? They're preventing other people, plain citizens, from helping in North Carolina. I mean, you guys, you need to really, I hate to think that you're doing this on purpose, but I'm seeing a pattern. You are doing this on purpose.
And it's like they're purposely trying to destabilize that state for some reason, right? And I mean, I don't think that it has directly anything. What is North Carolina, South Carolina? Are they Republicans, Democrats?
Well, it's in rural areas, people tend to be conservative. See, that's another thing that people don't really understand. There's no such thing as a blue state. There just is not, okay? There are some blue cities, like 15, maybe 20 blue cities. But once you get out of cities, people tend to be more conservative, more religious. You know, what did they call it? The flyover states, right? Because you libtards don't, you Democrats don't want to live there. But yeah, I mean, there's just no such thing. So when you get into rural areas, you know, people are conservative.
Right.
It's a way of life. We take our churches and Christianity and, you know, we take it all seriously. We don't tend to murder babies. That tends to be a city thing. Like in my small town here in Lufkin, Texas, it's not really small. What do they say? It's like 30,000 people.
It's been 30,000 for a minute.
Yeah, something like that, right? There are no abortion clinics. Why? Because they can't make no money here. No one wants an abortion.
Well, and I do know that when the Planned Parenthood showed up here, they picketed the place and did all the protests, and everybody got together and they said, no, not here. And so they kicked them out.
Right.
But I mean, you live in what you get and what you approve. So if you do nothing about Planned Parenthood being in your neighborhood, then
Yeah.
they will have a Planned Parenthood in your neighborhood.
But it's like people nowadays, it's like the mainstream media is not telling you anything. These people are part of the problem. They lied to you about COVID, right? They lied to you about Hawaii. They're lying to you about North Carolina. This is ridiculous, okay?
What I'm hopeful about is, okay, here's the thing. Let's say this happened 5 years ago. Okay.
You wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have known nothing about it. You would have heard random things here and there from your family members and a friend of a friend of a friend. And then you would have, anything that you wanted to see would have been heavily censored. If you went to the news, you would get nothing but happy-go-lucky. Oh, daddy, dad, the government is great.
Yeah.
The beauty of X right now is that everybody can tell you the truth. The people that are on the ground, that they are doing what they can to help the people next to them, they are telling you what's going on. And you so here's the thing, okay, use that for something. That is the ability of communicating information left and right without a problem, without any sort of censorship, needs to be used for something more than memes.
Look, a grown-up, okay, they'll tell you it's the Democratic side of this thing, the left. They want to censor free speech. They want to control free speech. We have a right, all right, our First Amendment of freedom of speech. Now, listen, I listen to both sides of the story, and I've got to tell you right now, I am pro-life. I believe it is murder to have an abortion. Having said that, I do listen to both sides. As much as it tears my heart and just makes me grieve, I listen to both sides of the story. I'm never going to agree with the fact that a woman has a right to murder a baby. I'm never going to agree with that. It goes beyond just any Christian value I have. But I understand you think this. And you think these things because you don't want to listen to the truth. We have medical things now, but that's okay. This whole thing about Roe versus Wade and the federal government, literally, if you read the Constitution, they don't have the authority to tell a woman they can kill a child. Anything that's not mentioned in the Constitution, okay, now I'm a law-abiding citizen. Anything that's not mentioned in the Constitution goes to the states, okay? Each and every state makes their own mind up. Now, the problem with this federal government that we have is they're overstepping all their authority, okay? We don't have money to help our own people because we're helping illegal immigrants. And yes, they are illegal. They came here, all right, illegally. Now, they're flying them everywhere. They're flooding this country. They used FEMA's money to take care of these people. Now we still have dead bodies in creeks and in trees in North Carolina. And our federal government is not only hindering rescue operations, but they're not doing anything.
Yeah. Oh. So this is all to kind of wake you up.
Yeah.
I think this should be a wake-up call for everybody. We're not preppers, okay? We don't do that. No. But here's what the consideration is. If you're in a path, I think we're just getting started with this season, right? Or we're
just starting, and they're broke. And then you've got that. And here's the whole thing that really upsets me. You've got that Mike Johnson who pretends to be a conservative, who's really not in Congress. He wants to give FEMA $20 billion, and you can't trust them to do the right thing with it. You literally can't trust the federal government to take care of their own people. They don't care anymore, but they will send that money to the Ukraine and to Israel to fight their wars, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, so what good does it do to just, okay, there's a privilege in knowing all this information.
Yeah.
So now, like I said, we are not preppers,
Nope.
right? And we don't do that. But here's the thing: prepping is something that you do, and it takes a lot of money and resources and all of that.
We ain't got that.
We ain't got that. But and I bet you 90% of the people watching don't have that kind of
No.
resources and things like that. But what you do have is the power of knowledge, which means that if you're within a range of a hurricane, tornado, whatever, all of that, get out of the way.
Yeah.
You won't get any help from the
Yeah, the government ain't gonna help you no
okay?
more.
So move out of the way and then come back. But even one of the problems that I don't know about the people in North Carolina if they got hit sort of by surprise or things like that. But that doctor I was talking about the last video we did, uh, she didn't get out of the path of the hurricane because she was trusting the people that had been around for for decades in Florida, and they're like, no, don't worry about it, we're fine, don't worry about it, we don't gotta go nowhere. And by the time she realized she made a mistake, it was too late, and they had to hunker down with a neighbor. Whereas they could have gone somewhere else, spend the night in a hotel, a couple nights, and come back and be perfectly safe the entire time. So you want to do that to the best of your abilities because you're on the path, and no one is gonna come rescue you. The government not only is not rescuing you, it's not helping.
Let me tell you. From helping. Here's my theory on this. Okay, we can all agree we do not have a president. This insane fool is not running anything.
No.
The deep state is generally each and every cabinet member and department. They are all operating separately of each other. Okay? Now, that's why there's no cooperation. There's no lead. I mean, no one's helping anybody. They're not cooperating. So, I mean, each and every independent department is just that. There's no central control over this. And it's like, I mean, this fool was found unfit to stand trial. Think about it. And you think he's fit to run the country? I mean, he gets up there like a blithering idiot. And you people in your heads are like, oh, Trump sucky suck. At least he's coherent.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. But now you're going to elect another bubblehead is what you want to do? This is terrible.
I mean, if Kamala gets elected, like I said, it's probably going to be
we can't survive it.
But she is going to. Well,
and we already know they cheat.
You already know that this is not going to go well if she gets elected. That we already have problems, big ones.
Big ones.
But I mean, get informed. I guess it's knowledge is power, and if you continue to listen to the media for your news, you're powerless.
And look, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? Now, there's an island, okay, out there in the Indian Ocean called Diego Garcia. Our most important military base to the United States is on Diego Garcia. What Diego Garcia is a runway and a fueling station for ships that go to the Persian Gulf and the Indian Ocean and just that whole area there, right? That island was owned by England. England caved to Chinese pressure and signed the islands over to the natives, all that whole archipelago there. They say that we're going to keep that military base, but we are not. What's going to happen is China is going to move in there. You people are so convinced because the left keeps telling you Russia is a threat. I haven't seen any Russian spy balloons over America. I've seen several Chinese ones, right? I haven't seen any Russian fleets crowding the American fleets. I haven't seen any Russians buying up Midwestern farmland and stealing the topsoil. No, that's China doing that. All right? Wake up. You people are so concerned about whatever they tell you to be concerned about, your eyes aren't open. We have starving Americans, and you want to bring more people into the country. I'm all for helping everybody. I'm a Christian, but how about we help ourselves first? All right?
Here's the thing. I think
God doesn't want this to happen this way.
I think, can I just be 100%?
Absolutely.
I could be terribly wrong, and I forgive. But until we stop killing babies,
Yeah, I think so too.
we're not gonna
Yeah,
have peace
yeah.
and quiet in this country. Okay.
The media has brainwashed people. It's you keep hearing the same thing over and over and over and over again, you start to believe it. So
Let me address this, okay? Because I've seen this all over the place. Things are getting worse. So the Bible says people apply prophecy that happened already to
Yeah.
something in the future.
oh, sorry.
They're
Yeah.
not 100% wrong in this sense, okay?
We just woke up.
The Bible already happened, okay? Everything that's in the Bible is already taking place in history. And the canon of scripture where it's closed in 70 AD, and everything that you have is what happened, and
Yeah.
it's correlated to a historical event that happened right at the beginning of the in the first century.
Right.
That's one point. Okay, let's make that 100% clear.
We're living in the kingdom of God right now. And we have messed it up ourselves.
Having said that,
Yeah.
though, that does not mean that you don't look to the Bible for answers.
Correct.
Okay? The Bible is definitely our guidebook on how to behave in the personal life and in our public life and in the government and things like that. When the Jews, and sounds like hate, but I'm not talking about our Jews today.
No.
I'm talking about pre-Bibles, the Old Testament Jews. When they started,
just in case y'all don't know, true Jews are Arabs. It's just,
when they started killing babies, they're offering their babies to Molech.
Yes.
When they turned their women into prostitutes. When they opened their coffers to the strangers, to other countries.
Yep.
Okay? That's when God finally said, when they subdue and took advantage of the poor, God said, I've had it with you. And I am going to tear you apart piece by piece. And I'm going to send you out into exile until my land gets cleaned out. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, everything that you put your foot on and whatever you put on, it belongs to God. It's not yours. Okay? And so the example is the United States of America. We have been what? Killing babies. We have been what? Oppressing the poor. What have we been doing? Polluting this land that God gave us. He's going to destroy this country unless we get our crap together and stop killing babies and oppressing the poor.
Yeah.
That's it.
But let me tell you something. I mean, everybody thinks that this election is the most important in history, and it's most important this and the most important that. And, this one is probably the most important. They keep escalating. But as long as that woke ideology exists, all right, we have a huge issue. People need to accept responsibility and understand there's no shades of gray. There's right and there's wrong. And I believe it's time for us to start doing the right thing. I believe it's time that our government needs to start doing what it's supposed to be doing, taking care of its own citizens first. All right? I mean, look, I'm not a Trump fan, but I do know we had 4 good years under him with no wars, and we had prosperity. As soon as you elected Joe Biden, look what we got now. And they're lying to us on every term. They're lying to us on the economy. They're lying to us on the job numbers. And the media just covers it up. They're like freaking Nazis. You can't, if the media says it, it's probably not true. But I digress. I could scream about this forever. Just wake up, people. It's uncomfortable to listen to someone else's opinion, but you absolutely need to wake up and do that.
Yeah.
All right? If you're one of those people that only watches, what do they call themselves now? The legacy media. Shame on you. You're not a fully developed human being. And if you watch The View, oh my God, I am sorry for you. You're beyond hope.
Yeah.
I've sat there and watched them crazy ladies. You got to understand that the news is not the news. These are just entertainment shows. It's only their opinion. Whatever Kamala Harris says in the morning is what the news pushed that afternoon.
Yeah.
But anyway, God bless everybody. What you got
God
to
bless.
say?
I mean,
Yeah.
what I said already, I stand by. I don't think that we will have peace in the land until we stop killing babies.
Yeah, I think so
Okay,
too.
so
Yeah, that's
get
bad.
behind that.
Yeah.
Get behind that because we have a problem.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't go live very often. What do
Just
I
gotta
do?
end the stream.
Oh, in stream. Okay. Hey, God bless
God
everybody.
bless.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
and
Yeah.
that's it.
All right.